that they hunt. And then I might be dead here. We might be dead here. You don't see me. You saw me. No, please no. Oh. Hey, what's going on YouTube? The Bearded Baron here, bringing you guys this week's weekly challenge. Now, in this challenge, this is called the No Evidence Weekly Challenge for a very good reason. There's no evidence. So we're going to have to figure this ghost out the old-fashioned way, using all of the hidden traits and abilities that we have figured out over this many hours of playing Phasmo. So, if you like this kind of video, please give it a like, share with a friend. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It really does help out the channel. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, this is going to be done on Grafton Farmhouse. Now, I'm recording this ahead of time, and I swear that the Crimson Eye event is done with, and if I just randomly got into another Blood Moon on this map, I'm going to lose my mind. Let's check. Okay, it's just heavy rain. I can deal with that. So, the Crimson Eye event is now, it's completely done with, which is really awesome. And, yeah, I listen, I like the event just fine, but it's a lot. It can definitely be a lot. We've got tier 2 items, it looks like, as well. So we're going to go in here, we're going to try to find this guy. Now, my understanding is that the cursed object that we're going to have at our disposal is going to be the cursed mirror. So I'm going to go upstairs, we're going to grab the cursed mirror, and we're going to take a look to see what we've got. All right, we've opened that up. Perfect. I know exactly where that is. That is in this little boy's room over here, the broken bedroom. Actually, during the Blood Moon event, some of the weather that you could get out there looked really good. All right, so we touched a door. We're going to check over here. We're going to check for orbs. That one's going to be our first one. We're going to test for Mimic. Remember, Mimic gives you one more piece of evidence than what you were expecting to get. So, if we're on a no evidence run and we get... we're on a no evidence run and we get one piece of evidence, then we know that it's a Mimic. Right, now some of these ghosts, unfortunately, if you are new to this game, this one's going to be a little bit tougher for you, because a lot of these ghosts, the way you figure them out is based off of the way that they hunt you, which can be very nerve-wracking to a lot of new players. So we're going to we're gonna take it as we go along here, right? But let's get set up first. Now I'm bringing in salt to check for wraith. Wraiths don't like to step in salt, and the candles are for an onryo, right? If we can get an onryo to blow out a candle 3 times, or if you can blow out the same candle within 20 seconds of each other, then we know that what we're dealing with is a what we're dealing with is an onryo. All right, I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to bring in a camera as well, just in case we get some kind of an event, and I can snap a photo really quickly. We can also check for Phantom. Now, Phantom can also be figured out based off of the way that it hunts, because it's going to be very hard to see when it does start to hunt you. So you've got that to deal with as well. So we're going to light this up. I'm going to turn on this light over here. We're going to drop this down. I'm really hoping... What we're really hoping for is not like a Goryo kind of situation. So definitely not a Wraith, so we can rule that out. Not a Wraith. Let's see here. Not a Yuri, right? Yuris will shut the door all the way. They won't do this like halfway open kind of thing, right? And then when they do shut the door all the way, it won't be quick like that. So we're pretty confident. Now, it did blow out the candles. I was not 100% paying attention as to when it blew out the candles, but it blew them out. Now, if we get an onryo here and we get it to blow out the candle 3 times on us, it will start a hunt, regardless of what our sanity is at. So our sanity is pretty good. This one does definitely seem active, so that's good for us. Right? I don't want to leave, because I know once I leave, being able to listen for that is going to be nearly impossible. Right, and what I'm also not hoping for here is a mare. That's really what I'm not looking forward to. If it's a mare, mares suck on no evidence run, in my opinion. To get it to do the light, the light switch flickering kind of thing, it's very temperamental. There's other ghosts that can do it as well. It's not very easy to be able to tell you know, to be able to tell back and forth what it could potentially be. So it just sucks. All right, we figured out a couple of things here. Now, there's going to be some. I'm going to be honest with you. We're not checking for everything here. Excuse me. We're not checking for everything here, right? What we are checking for is just enough to cover over most of our bases to see what it could potentially be. Right? That's what we're doing. I don't really care as to whether or not that it's... let me drop this down. I don't really care if it is like a Goryo or if it is like a mare or, you know, it could be something like a Banshee. We could probably test for a Banshee as well. We'll go ahead and we'll do a more thorough investigation for this first run so that way you guys can see all of the different tests that are done. And then for the follow-up matches, if I do follow-up matches on this video, then it's going to be me doing it how I would do it during the challenge, which is a large portion of just rip it and grip it kind of thing, where we're just going to say, hey, okay, we're going to figure out, I'm going to take sanity meds, right? So my sanity stays up, 69%, nice. So basically how I would rip this, being somebody who has a lot of hours in the game, would just be go in, piss the ghost off, see if I can figure it out based off of the hunt. Because more than half of your ghosts are going to fall into that category. So that's why. Now, one pro tip that you can do here is that if you actually left click on the motion sensor, you can actually see it hit two different like there's two different prongs here instead of one. A lot of people don't know about that. Right? So if we're testing for a Banshee, Banshees would stalk us as long as we're on the same floor with it. So the fact that it's upstairs, what we're looking for here is we're looking for a ghost that is going to come out of that room. It's going to hit these motion sensors and go boop, 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 and come all the way down to where we're at. Now, is that ghost mean that you're standing right here, right next to me? Should I be terrified or are you busted? Hello? Are you just standing there? I don't think that should do... How is that lit up down over there? Why are you lit up down over there and you're lit up down over here? Why is that one still... Okay, hold up. Okay, I was confusion. That's not supposed to happen. I have no idea. I have no words for any of that. No idea. Now, you could also check out for a Banshee whale. That is also very possible, because this could still be a phantom. At the end of the day, it could still be teleporting over here towards us. Right? Okay, there we go. So now we are set up for like a Banshee test. Now, if you really wanted to do this, you could just set up a parabolic microphone, point it at the ghost room, and then also be able to see. That takes time. Right? You might get it, you might not get it. It's a whole kind of thing. I find that this is kind of a more reliable test because for a ghost to travel all the way down over this way into this room to come after you is kind of, it's very rare for that to take place. And it doesn't look like this one is really happening. So I'm going to say, probably not. Now, I'm really hoping that there's something easily identifiable with this ghost, because if there's not, then we are definitely in trouble, and then I will look bad, and we don't want that, do we? No. No, we don't. Also, for those of you who are curious, I just got done with a 57-day-long subathon over on the Twitch side. My community is absolutely insane, so I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to personally thank everybody. If you did not hear me say this at the end of the subathon, and personally thank each and every one of you guys that supported and that showed up during that subathon. That was absolutely amazing. And I am still completely blown away. I also don't think this is a mare. I'm also completely blown away by the generosity and the love that my community has for me, and I'm very, very happy with that, so... thank you all very, very much. All right, let's piss this ghost off. All right, it's Granny. Granny's pretty slow. I'm thinking twin. Kind of what I'm thinking here. Just because of how slow she moved. Especially, well, it could also be something like a Moroi. No, she's getting line of sight speed. So, not a Moroi. Right? The speed... If this was like a Hantu, I don't think she would have gotten close to me. Because the power's been on for that amount of time. It does kind of make sense, though, with the amount of activity that we've been having. But let's give it a shot. Twins is not the easiest one to identify. Not unless you've got some, like, sound sensors and you can really check for this kind of stuff. But we'll see.
Welcome back.
Heck yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of yokai. For sure. 100% was thinking of yokai. Yokais also suck during those kind of events. And I'm also now curious as to how the ghost actually is able to identify you if it can actually see you going down those stairs. That also raises a question that we should probably look into. Because I'm curious, because it should not, if it was a yokai and it was picking up on our equipment from 3 meters away, then from being from this position right here, it shouldn't have been able to see it. Unless it can see through that. Which maybe. Right? Yokai suck. Yokai suck for this event. I'm setting this up. We're going to do it the same way that I would normally do this during this kind of a run. Now, there are total guides that are out there. So if you are a new player coming into this and you were trying to figure out how exactly are you doing all of these like zero evidence kind of things, then that I would say 100% try that out. We're going to try to do this. We're going to try to rip it again. Yeah. Just to see here. Right, we're going to do it my way. We're going to let it hunt and see if I can't get anything off of that. I think it's down. No, it's right there. Yeah, it's upstairs. Nope, it's in the living room. Oh my god. Is that a rev? Nope, that's a Raiju. Hear how your eardrums are about to blow out? That right there is a Raiju, which also makes sense as to why he went faster when he saw us before. Because I had the headlamp on, so with the electronic equipment on. So that made sense. I should probably move. Woo! I wasn't worried at all. Sorry. Alright, so we're going to run back out. So, Raiju's definitely along the line. Definitely the ones that we're dealing with there. Either that or it's going to be a mimic, and I'm going to be equally as upset as you are. But it is a Raiju, and there we go.
There's some jobs ready for
Right,
you.
we'll do one more here, since we said we would do 3 matches. So again, right, we're looking for the cursed object. We're looking to rip the cursed object. So the mirror for that example, and then test it out, right? There's a lot of ghosts that you can figure out based off of the way that they hunt. Obakes, right? They will shapeshift. They will shapeshift during the hunt, so that's an easy way to tell. Wraiths will not step in salt, even during a hunt, so you can set salt ahead of time. Phantoms will be hard to see. Onis will be very easy to see, so if you have a ghost that's visible most of the time. What is that light source? That's weird. Right? Morois will move They will move fast based off of your what your sanity is, right? Thays will also move fast. Moroys will be doubly affected by the smudge stick. So if you have a fast ghost that you're trying to figure out if it's a Thay or if it's a Moroy, then you can go and you can smudge it. And if it seems doubly affected by the smudge, then you know. I think it's in that bathroom up there. The large bathroom. But if it's doubly affected, then you know that it's a Moroi. Right? Haunters will be fast inside the room. They'll be slower. Right? This one is a normal speed ghost. This one's very hard to see. I'm going to say that this one is probably a phantom. Now this one is just, it's really hard to kind of tell where it's at. Right? This one I'm going to say probably a phantom. So there's a lot of ghosts that you can test based off of the way that they hunt. And then I might be dead here. We might be dead here. You don't see me. You saw me. No, please no. Oh. It didn't work. Now, there is a guide.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Let me see if I can find it here real quick for you guys. Let's see here. I just want to make sure that... So, like, there's stuff like this cheat sheet, for example, that you can find here that will help you to figure out the ghost, right? So, like a wraith, no salt interaction even when hunting, right? So there's that one. Throws many items, throws them every half second, right? The smudge stops hunts for twice as long, for 3 minutes. Like, these are hidden abilities, right? Faster when the breaker is on. Fast chaser when the breaker is on, right? Disappears with the photo and then is less visible when hunting. So, like, all of these kind of things, there are guides that are out there. There are, like, cheat sheets, unofficial cheat sheets that you can take a look at and you can figure out basically what you were dealing with. If you find yourself having a hard time doing these kind of challenges, link up. Do public lobbies. If you don't feel like doing public lobbies, you're more than welcome to join our Discord. We've got a ton of Phasmophobia players in our Discord, and there are absolutely ton amount of people. There's a lot of people that would love to be able to help you out to be able to complete this. So if you'd like to, I'm probably going to be live on Twitch. If you're watching this as it's happening on YouTube, I'm also going to be live over on Twitch, showcasing you exactly on how I would do this in person. So if you have any questions, feel free to stop by. If you're watching this after the fact, totally fine. I'm live Sunday, Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 5 until about 10 o'clock Eastern time. Love to answer any questions for you guys that you might have. Feel free to stop by. I appreciate y'all. If you made it this far in the video and you have not yet subscribed, please do. If you find yourself keep coming back here from watching my videos, please subscribe as well. It definitely helps out my channel, and it definitely doesn't hurt you to do it. I don't know if it does. Actually, it might. Let me know down in the comment section below if subscribing hurts you. I don't know. But I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right? Bye!